Bienvenue, bienvenidos, welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and to the Inter-American University. This year, our institution celebrates its centennial, and this campus, in particular, its 50th anniversary. For this historic event, we are honored to host, for the first time in Puerto Rico, the 14th General Conference of the International Association of Universities, IAU. It is a tradition of the IAU to have the general conferences in the facilities of a university. This provides an opportunity to interact with the academic community. The campus environment allows participants to be in contact with students and faculty and to better understand their needs and their strengths. IAU is recognized for its excellent work on behalf of its members and higher education throughout the world. The theme of every general conference addresses pertinent issues and valuable information for academic leaders. This conference is no exception. It is entitled Higher Education and the Global Agenda, Alternative Pathways to the Future. The plenaries, concurrent, and business sessions under this theme will enhance our knowledge and skills to overcome the challenges that we face and must work out together. When you left your respective countries to join us in this conference, we began an important journey. In response to the present and future challenges, academic leaders need to be committed to learn from each other and strengthen our ties of mutual collaboration, which is congruent with IAU's mission and objectives. We are responsible to address the internationalization agenda to ensure the achievement of the highest quality standards and to promote greater understanding among cultures. So this week, we do have an important task to accomplish. Tonight, we acknowledge the presence of Dr. Ramon de la Fuente, President of the International Association of Universities, and to all members of the Board of Directors that represent IAU's regions, Africa, Asia, and the Pacific, Middle East, Europe, North America, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Mr. Luis Plaza Mariota, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, and all the members of the Board of Trustees of Inter-American University. Mr. Manuel Fernoz, President of the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico. Mrs. Eva Egron Pollack, Secretary General of the International Association of Universities, and the members of the 14th General Conference Program Committee. Presidents, chancellors, deans, faculty, students, academic community of over 400 leaders representing more than 80 countries from all the continents. I would like to also recognize and give special thanks to our sponsors. They have made this event possible, and we appreciate their commitment to improve the quality of higher education. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Luis Plaza Mariota, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Inter-American University, for his message.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good evening. Good evening to all. I hereby join the welcoming remarks of the Master of Ceremonies, who happens to be our Chancellor. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of this university, the management, faculty, employees, students, welcome. Welcome to your home. We treasure the opportunity of co-hosting the 14th General Conference of the International Association of Universities, and we look forward to reviewing with all of you the main theme of the conference, higher education and the global agenda. As you all know, the upcoming conference will examine the role higher education and research have in the global agenda. This conference will take place while the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico is celebrating its 100-year anniversary. This is a very important event for this university, and it's one of the main events of the celebration of our 100 years. For that, we are grateful to all of you for giving us the opportunity of hosting this event. For Inter-American University, it is a privilege and a great honor having you all here. We share with the International Association of Universities the vision that higher education institutions are beacons of hope for a sustainable future. We are facing terrible obstacles: hunger, ignorance, poverty, injustice, environmental pollution, inequality. All these are global challenges that require and demand leadership from the universities, from all our organizations. We at Inter-American University strive to achieve equitable access and success in higher education. This university, hand in hand with this association, is ready to undertake the historical role of developing new, successful ways of solving the aforementioned global challenges. This General Conference of the International Association of Universities will lead us in the right direction. Again, you are very welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for a very special greeting. I introduce Mr. Manuel Fernández, President of the institution.
Good evening to all. This evening, I would like to give my warmest welcome to the members of the International Association of Universities and to all participants of the association's 14th conference titled Higher Education and the Global Agenda, Alternative Paths to the Future. The International Association of Universities, which is composed of prominent academic intellectuals and approximately 80 countries, meets today with the purpose of discussing the challenges that higher education and the university global community face and will continue to face during the coming years. The world is essentially a human phenomenon, and we are called to make it more and more habitable for ourselves. As university institutions, our tool for this is education. From the moment of its foundation, Inter-American University of Puerto Rico has been characterized by offering quality education, which is accessible to all. Both characteristics are le motif of the presentations that will take place during the next days. It is for this reason that today, in the year of the commemoration of the university's first centennial, we are proud to serve as the host of this symposium conference, which calls for a dialogue of an international higher education project, which has a mission that agrees with ours in these and in other details. I congratulate you all, and I am thankful for your concern and interest in the future of university education. It is our greatest desire that the ideas that arise as a product of these sessions may be a valuable contribution for the development of all institutions of higher education around the world, and that we may share the challenge to make the world become a more and more human one. And now, allow me to say a few words to the French-speaking in my very limited French. Ce matin, je souhaite le bienvenue aux membres de l'Association internationale des universités et à tous les participants de cette conférence intitulée L'enseignement supérieur et l'agenda mondiale, orientation alternative pour l'avenir. Nous vous souhaitons une agréable journée. And that's about it. and please allow me also to say a few words to the Spanish-speaking friends. También quisiera extenderles la más cordial bienvenida a todos los hispanoparlantes presentes, en especial a los que forman parte de la comunidad iberoamericana. Puerto Rico es, en el mapa mundial, un pequeño punto, pero tenemos un corazón grande y con ese corazón les recibimos a todos. Once again, welcome all to Puerto Rico. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to invite to the podium Dr. Juan Ramón de la Fuente, President of the International Association of Universities, for the formal opening message of the 14th General Conference.
Muy buenas tardes tengan todos ustedes. Good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends. Welcome to the 14th General Conference of the International Association of Universities. Thank you to all of those who have made it possible, members of the local committee, and to the community of the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico. And most of all, thank you to its president, our board member and good friend, Licenciado Manuel Fernoz. IAU is very proud to be here and to be part of a memorable celebration. Congratulations to the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico for its 100th anniversary, and to this campus for its 50th anniversary. I also like to acknowledge the presence of the members of our board who represent the various regions of the world that encompass IAU. Will the members of the board please stand? Thank you. And of course, I like to acknowledge our Secretary General, Eva Egron Pollack, who very efficiently runs our secretariat in Paris. I thank her and her staff for their hard work, not only to organize this conference together with the local committee and the program committee, but for what they have done throughout these last years for the International Association of University. Eva, would you know everyone knows you, but you and your staff, would you please stand? And the staff? Thank you. And I also like to salute our former presidents that are with us tonight. Professor Justin Torrens, former president of the University of Geneva. Justin. Professor Hans van Ginkel, former president of the University of Utrecht. Hans. Professor Ghulam Mohamed Bai, former president of the University of Mauritius. Since our last general conference in Utrecht in 2008, many things have happened and a lot of things have changed. 4 years is a long time in higher education. It represents the graduation of a whole new generation of students. It reflects the subtle influence of changing scholarly and research priorities, and for the all-treasured independence of the academic world, it demonstrates the impact of government policies, social dynamics, and economic conditions upon universities. And yet, the benefits for society provided by universities remains perhaps more than ever before as clear priorities for a better world. The creation and transmission of new knowledge, the delicate development of informed citizens and leaders in almost every field, the provision of the much-needed expert professional skills, to mention just a few of them. It is a world that has also undergone profound changes in the 4 years since the Utrecht Conference. Just take a look at the toll of natural disasters. Some of them very likely man-induced. The economic crisis that has brought great hardship to many in most, if not every country. The war on terror and drug trafficking, with its inadmissible toll on death and suffering. From the country I come, it's estimated that over 80,000 people have died in the last 6 years because of war on crime related to drug trafficking. In the midst of this complexity, IAU has played its role, and I believe it has played well. As a global forum for higher education leaders, helping institutions to promote, through teaching, research, and services, the principles of freedom and justice, human dignity, diversity, and solidarity, contributing through international cooperation to the strengthening of higher education. If anyone looks carefully, would undoubtedly realize that most of IAU thematic priorities remain very much in vogue. They are part of the global agenda. Internationalization, intercultural dialogue, sustainable development, equitable access and success, and not to say the delicate issues on ethics and higher education that the late Professor Pier Ugo Calzolari, our treasurer, was so committed, together with other wide range of social responsibilities. I invite you to remember Professor Calzolari with a warm applause. The question is, how are we addressing these challenges? In societal terms, how can we be more useful to society? Struggling with funding is a big issue, certainly. But at times, I wonder, are not we becoming so expensive in relation to other social needs, to the point that we jeopardize our own support? Are we meeting the expectations of the youth for the future? This conference will deal with those and other questions related precisely to the global agenda. Pathways to the future, alternative pathways. But to explore new pathways, we need to dare. And at times, I think, we also need to learn to dare. Higher education is to be a voice for values, not to be silent when these are jeopardized. Higher education is to be a model for international cooperation, not for international exploitation. Higher education represents the culture of dialogue, and therefore, the best possible dialogue between cultures. But higher education, as you well know, goes far beyond that. And it has to do with so many things that it is very difficult at times to set up priorities. In this context, some respond that the problems we face these days are too complex, that our resources are too modest, and that other tasks are too pressing. But IAU does not respond in that way. Abraham Lincoln once said, "The occasion is piled with difficulty, and we must rise to the occasion, so must we think anew." So this conference is devoted to thinking anew. What are the alternative pathways to the future? And, if I may say, also to the stormy present. Universities existed throughout most of the last millennium, and they will, I trust, throughout this millennium. But the crucial question is how effectively our work and that of our graduates can contribute to the momentous challenges that now confront the world's peoples. If ever there was a need for a critical review and for creativity and for innovation, it is here within our own institutions. For those of you who come for the first time to IAU conferences, I trust you will find our association not only a friendly association, but one that shares the principles of solidarity, respect for diversity and collaboration, one that is very active, willing to share, learning to do better, to be better, to know better in this rapidly changing world where no definite answer exists to address new problems and some of the old problems as well. So we are here not only to debate, but to listen, to make of this conference a window and a mirror, to explore together and build those alternative paths to the future. We are here to foster the emancipating powers of knowledge and cultural diversity, and to better understand how can they be used more effectively in our responsibilities as educators and researchers. IAU promotes collaboration rather than competition, as well as ethical networking to build an inclusive, diverse, worldwide community of higher education, and is committed to working on concrete actions that you will learn about in the next couple of days. Actions that will and must follow this conference. To me, it has been an honor and a privilege to be active at IAU for 12 years now, the last 4 years as its president. I have met outstanding colleagues and made good friends on the board, the executive committee, the secretariat, and the members. I now thank all of you. First, for your confidence 4 years ago, now for your patience 4 years afterwards. The hospitality of our friends here in San Juan has been fantastic, with a festive and enjoyable social program. Again, many thanks. I truly believe, we're all set for a great and unforgettable conference. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, President de la Fuente. It is now my privilege to present the Honorable Kenneth McClintock, Acting Governor of Puerto Rico, for his welcoming message.
Bienvenue. Je ne parle pas français. Bienvenidos. Sé español, but I'm going to speak in English. Welcome to Puerto Rico. First of all, on behalf of Governor Luis Fortuño, we're glad that you chose Puerto Rico as the venue for this meeting. It is important, not only in educational terms, but also in economic terms, because we presume that you're probably staying in hotel rooms and probably didn't swim to Puerto Rico. You probably took an airplane flight to get here, and you will probably be served some meals while you are here. So we thank you for your contribution to Puerto Rico's economy. But having said that, I want to thank Inter-American University, Manuel Fernández, its president, the chancellor of this, and I guess all of the chancellors of the different campuses of Inter-American University for making you feel welcome in Puerto Rico. We are living difficult times around the world, recessions and other types of economic problems. But in the field of higher education, changes abound. We have seen how in the past few years there has started to be a greater use of online teaching in different universities throughout the world. And these are challenges that change the very nature of how you organize higher education, how you accept certain levels of change within higher level education institutions, and how you transmit information and verify that the learning process is actually taking place and not simply fulfilling bureaucratic obligation, but that you're actually inducing people to learn. There is a YouTube presentation that I saw for the first time maybe about 3 years ago, and which, if any of you have not seen it, you should make sure and see it. It is not a college-level presentation. It is a YouTube presentation. But it exemplifies and it helps expand on how the knowledge society is growing at exponential paces. In YouTube, it's called Shift with an F. Shift happens. And there are several versions of it. I suggest that you see. Why are you laughing, Chancellor? I said it was with an F. Shift happens, and it is a YouTube presentation. There's many different versions. I would suggest that you see the one that last time I checked had about 6 million hits. If it has 6 million hits, it's something that you should see. And you will see how the amount of knowledge, the amount of information that is available is growing at exponential levels. From the standpoint of the United States of America, it talks about how if in China you want to reach out only to the top 20% of college students there, their cream of the cream is larger than the totality of college students in the U.S. And it's completely filled with data that I never knew existed. And when you take a look at it and see that maybe the version that you're seeing was done in 2009 or 2010, when it tells you that by the age of 40, your students today will have changed jobs 38 times by the age of 40. Well, then we realize that we're not teaching people to hold one single type of job. You are preparing students literally, and not simply because of what you've said for years, that you prepare students to learn, but literally now it is to learn, because people are not going to be doing in 20 years what they may be doing when they graduate from college. So change is happening very fast. It's happening especially fast in higher education, and you confront a lot of challenges, and I think it's important that when you have a lot of challenges, people that are involved in the same type of activity get together on a regular basis, not only to share scholarly knowledge, not only to share papers and so forth, but simply to get together, share experiences, share mistakes, because in every mistake there's a lesson to be learned, and share positive experiences that can help others find solution to their problems. So once again, on behalf of the governor, welcome to Puerto Rico. Glad to have you here, and I hope you have an enjoyable stay. And remember that San Juan is not Puerto Rico, so you may be doing a lot of your meetings here. I don't know where you're going to be doing all your meetings, but find time to go out on the island, see the sights, do something different than simply being in a college auditorium or classroom, or in a room, in a meeting room in a hotel. There's a lot more to see outside of the classroom. Thank you very much.